Hi, good morning. Welcome to Icardi's Crossing. Okay, so we're doing Brian Froud's The Faeries Oracle. Right, so we've got card number 6, the Singer of Connection. That's the card we've got today. Spiritual connection, karma, balance, and empathy. The singer supports all connections, the web of light between all beings, all particles, and between past, present, and future. It brings wholeness to apparent duality and combines all energies, uniting all that was, is, or could be. When we lose awareness of this connection in our lives, we feel isolated, lonely, bereft, yet the energy is there. We only need to be open to it. There are emotions that help us open up: love, compassion, trust, and so on. There are other emotions that we tend to close down around unless we make a special effort to keep our hearts open. As you can probably guess, these emotions are feelings such as jealousy, anger, fear, grief, and others of a similarly painful nature. Yet sometimes these very emotions, which carried to an extreme, cause us to break down and then break through to the song of ecstasis. There is a risky way to go as well. This is a risky way to go as well as extremely difficult one, because more often the breakdown just stays broken for a long time, and then we retreat back to a more crippled version of our original selves. A far better way to become ever more aware of our essentially holistic nature is to work at keeping our hearts open, seeing relationships being earthed and centered and connected. In a meditation, someone, and I suspect it was the singer, asked me to let go of all of my defenses. I have argued that surely we needed defenses in this world in order to survive. I was firmly but lovingly told it is only by letting go of all your defenses that you become invulnerable. This gave me such a strong shock of recognizing the rightness of it that I couldn't even breathe for a moment, but then still reluctant because it sounded like a big job. I muttered that I didn't think I knew how to do that, and what all my defences were. I was assured kindly that I would receive help if I asked for it, and I know that you'll be given the same aid too. Starter reading. Okay, so the message from this card is: through the power of this singer, all connections are made, held, and released as appropriate. In a reading, the singer indicates the connection of things, especially reconnecting those that have been sundered. It is unifying and reunifying. It tells us that we need to be aware of the connections between different aspects of the issue under discussion, as well as the connections between the people linked by it. We also may need to build more connections and network of mutual support. The presence of the Singer of Connection a reading indicates support and strength flowing through the connections between those involved. Now let me have another reread of the keywords. Spiritual connection. So our connection to our spirituality, maybe a spiritual connection to someone else. Is that spiritual connection within ourselves, with our deities, with whoever we choose to work with on some way. Maybe it's a spiritual connection with the Fae folk. Karma. What's your definition of karma? That sense of, things, things happening as they should do, things happening, maybe we've done something, maybe it's a consequences of our actions taken. We need to find some balance in our journey. What's our balance? Do we need to find that balance within our own spirituality, our own physical, body, mind, and spirit connection in some way? So is it our mind, our mental aspects, our emotional aspects, our sense of physical aspects, and our spiritual aspects in our own journey? Maybe we find ourselves being empathic. Maybe we find ourselves drawing in others people's emotions like a sponge, where we find ourselves being a little bit overwhelmed, and so we need to find a sense of balance in our journey indeed. Okay, so that's card number 6, the Singer of Connection from the Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud. So there we go. So that's it from me for today. Take care and blessed be.